Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the NAWA Champions of Wrestling here on Sports Channel America. This is Joey Styles at ringside, being joined in the broadcast area by the Godfather, Tony Capone. Mr. Capone, welcome.
My pleasure to be here, Mr. Styles, but I think it's more of your pleasure to have the Godfather at your appearance today, here to criticize the match between two so-called wrestlers, Jimmy Starr and the Rochester Roadblock. You know, two very fine athletes. But let me tell you something, no competition for the Godfather. And I hear boos in the background. I don't know if that's for me, this and that, but let me tell you something. When I get a hold of Jimmy Starr or Rochester Roadblock, they'll both be fishing with the fishes in the sea of the sea.
Very modest man you are, Mr. Capone. In any case, I think this should be a fine matchup between the young, agile Jimmy Starr and the huge 455-pound Rochester Roadblock.
Let me tell you something. The Roadblock has been ducking the Godfather and the Godfather's family. Dapper down to myself and trying to get the Rochester Roadblock to sign a match with us. He's been ducking us. But let me tell you something. I got the heavyweight championship on my mind right now. But after that, let me tell you something. It's going to be the Rochester Roadblock against Tony Capone one-on-one. And you can mark my word on it, Joey Styles.
Let me get this straight, Mr. Capone. You claim that the 6'11", pardon me, 455-pound gargantuan Rochester Roadblock is avoiding you?
That is correct. Look at him. He's going up with competition like Jimmy Starr. You know why? Because he's scared of the Godfather and Godfather's family. He's afraid of America's Most Wanted. He's afraid of everyone associated with the Godfather's family. And let me tell you something. One day the block is going to find out what the Godfather is all about, brother.
Well, I find that a little hard to believe, and right now we see the Rochester Roadblock and Jimmy Starr locking up in the middle of the ring. Rochester with a tremendous show of strength against the smaller Starr.
Against a kid 200 pounds. Why doesn't he go up with someone his own size and see what true competition is all about?
First of all, I think Jimmy Starr is closer to 250. You see him throwing a pretty good drop kick, but just a glancing blow really had no effect on the Roadblock, who was going to muscle Jimmy Starr around the ring.
Well, the block is going to use him like a rag doll because that's all he can do with a guy like Jimmy Starr. But let me tell you something. When I get a hold of the block, it's going to be a whole different ballgame, Styles.
That very well may be, because the Rochester Roadblock Irish whipping Jimmy Starr to the corner. Whoa, big splash, and Jimmy is seeing stars.
Oh, I agree with you on that, this and that. The block is a true great competition, great competitor. Look at him, he's throwing stars around like he's a rag doll or something like that. Let me tell you something. When the Godfather gets his hand on him, it's going to be a different story. And let me tell you something. Don Apollo's going to be talking to him shortly. Look at him, throwing him around. Look at this.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think you're selling Jimmy Starr a little short. I think if he uses agility a little more, he might have a chance. Whoa! I may have spoken too soon. That's it, 1, 2, 3, the Rochester Roadblock has squashed Jimmy Starr. Somebody get a spatula.
That just like caught me off guard, this and that. What was that?
That was a big power slam. He threw all his weight up.
Throw an insult now to Jimmy Starr by putting his Rochester Roadblock sign on him. What kind of insult is that to Jimmy Starr? You know, he gave him a hell of a fight, this and that. You know, let's get out there and like really do what wrestling's about. What is that Roadblock sign all about, Styles?
I don't know what the Rochester Roadblock's attitude problem may be. Maybe he heard you chattering your mouth here at ringside, saying he's no competition, and you're ducking him. Maybe you got him mad and he took it out on Jimmy Starr.
Hey,
you
Styles,
caused this.
let me tell you something,
Oh, you
Styles.
did this.
You better be careful, Styles, what you're talking about, because let me tell you something. The next time you're going to see that road sign, it's going to be on the Rochester Roadblock, planted there by the Godfather's family. And let me tell you something else. I had enough of you for today. I'm getting out of here, and we'll be back right after this commercial break.